Hi, Pastor Dan Smith here with your daily devotion for Wednesday, August 12th. Our reading for today is from Matthew chapter 8. I'll read the text 3 times as usual, the first time just to hear the words and let them kind of come into us. And when Jesus got into the boat, his disciples followed him. A windstorm arose on the sea, so great that the boat was being swamped by the waves, but he was asleep. And they went and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us! We are perishing." And he said to them, "Why are you afraid, you of little faith?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a dead calm. They were amazed, saying, "What sort of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him?" I'll read the text one more time, and we listen now for a word or phrase that stands out to us. And when Jesus got into the boat, the disciples followed him. A windstorm arose on the sea, so great that the boat was being swamped by the waves, but he was asleep. And they went and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us! We are perishing." And he said to them, "Why are you afraid, you of little faith?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a dead calm. They were amazed, saying, "What sort of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him?" For me, the word was windstorm. Okay, I'll read the text one more time, and we ask how the text kind of meets us in our life and interprets us. And I'll share with you some reflections about me, and then I encourage you to do the same. And when Jesus got into the boat, his disciples followed him. A windstorm arose on the sea, so great that the boat was being swamped by the waves, but he was asleep. And they went and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us! We are perishing." And he said to them, "Why are you afraid, you of little faith?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a dead calm. They were amazed, saying, "What sort of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him?" Whenever I read this text, I'm always amazed that Jesus can kind of just be hanging out on the boat, taking a nap, while the boat is rocking and going crazy, and the disciples are completely freaking out in the middle of a windstorm. We've all had that feeling of our life being completely rocked and feeling like the boat is all over the place and basically that we're going to die. And they don't get how it is that Jesus can just be so relaxed. And his response is just, he's equally as puzzled. What are you afraid of? Where's your faith? And he rebukes the wind and the sea. There's a dead calm. Those are powerful words because the disciples feel as good as dead. And they're amazed that he demonstrates this power over the forces of nature, which is a strong theological statement that the New Testament is making about Jesus. Asking the question, who is this? It's a big thing in the Gospels. But for us in our lives, I think maybe we often identify, I know I do, with the disciples, feeling like we're in the boat with Jesus, afraid and uncertain, tossed and turned and whatever by the storms and the waves of life, feeling like we may be losing it, about to perish, wondering where Jesus is, wondering why Jesus isn't present. And when they call, he is there, and all is well. And they can trust and let go, which is a difficult thing to do. It's a reminder that faith comes to us not when we've got it all figured out, not when all the questions are answered, not when our life is perfect, but precisely in the moments when it's not. And for me, I'm preparing for brain surgery in 2 days. That's kind of a big deal. I sort of feel a lot of uncertainty about that. I do feel hopeful and blessed at this opportunity to treat my epilepsy. Most of you have heard the story by now, but very much like a windstorm going on inside of me, and very much calling on Jesus to save me. But I feel like I'm not really sure about this. And hopeful, I trust my doctors, and that somehow Christ is in the midst of this, and I do feel at peace with my decision. And I'm grateful for the support of the congregation and my friends and family who've been there for me and that are praying for me. I don't know exactly what it's going to happen, what it's going to be like on the other side, but for the most part, I do feel like this is the best option and the best choice for me. And that if it's God's will, that I continue to do the work that God's put before me. So that's where my mind and heart are today. I'm grateful for the life that God's given me. Every day is a gift. Grateful for my family, for this home, for the congregation, the call I've had for over 10 years now. I thank you all for listening. If any of you are interested, for the month that I'm gone after I'm out, after recovering from brain surgery, it's going to take a while for my brain to kind of repair and kind of get back to normal. We're planning to have these daily devotions 3 days a week. And 2 of our staff members, Lindsay Burns and Jeff Schultz, will be doing them Mondays and Fridays, respectively. And we're looking for folks to chip in and do some devotions on Wednesdays. So if that's something you're able and interested in doing, you can be in touch with Jeff Durop, our congregation vice president, about that. And we have copies of this book, Bread for the Day, that we can get to you. They're outside of my office and in the church office, and we'll have to arrange for that. But so let Jeff know if you're interested. And again, thank you for your prayers. And I'd ask you to think about me at noon on Friday. That's when I'm going under the knife, or the rods are going in, so to speak. Okay, I'll close with a word of prayer. God of both storm and calm, thank you for being by our side through all things. May we have the courage to confront the storms in others' lives as they struggle in fear. Amen. And now, dear friends, I wish you blessings and peace until we meet again.